What are you doing?
I am so fired up. I mean, look at this galley. It is so inspiring. I'm gonna make some healthy food because we've been in a huge rut lately.
Rut? I don't know what you're talking about.
I have been lying to myself. I don't know about you. Why would you want to lose weight? Ice cream, cookies are awesome. I know, it's so hard to pass up the onion rings and the chocolate covered caramels. They're so tasty. It's not possible. Why would you even try? It feels impossible not to check my Instagram and Facebook throughout the day like 100 times. Yeah, right. You're gonna get off social media? I get so much pleasure, even though I really feel bad about myself afterwards. Plus, you're not gonna know what's going on. You'll be totally clueless. I have been giving myself this excuse that someday I'll clean up my diet and start working out every day and get back in shape. And that is a lie. I want to share this delicious recipe with you because it doesn't taste like you're trying to be healthy. It tastes so vibrant. I call it my someday salad. So the rut ends today. I've been telling myself, once I get my boat and I have my own galley and my own bed, then I can be healthy. I'll get in shape. I'll be happy. I call bullshit on that because while it would be nice to have our stable platform, and we are still actively searching for that, I don't need that to be healthy and happy. And I feel very empowered and inspired by acknowledging that truth because I am in charge and I have the power to make those decisions and stick with it. I've always struggled a little bit with my weight. As I've gotten older, my metabolism has really slowed down. I can't get away with those croissants and baguettes and French fries like I used to. Let's do some squats. What do you say? That's right. So I've decided to take the reins, take charge of what goes into my mouth, and for that matter, what goes into my eyeballs. All right, you're witnessing a historic moment. So Instagram, I have posted on you my final post. If you need to reach me, call me. I'm going back to the 80s when I thought an algorithm was a type of worm. Bye-bye.
What is the motive here?
I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of everything that's on there and everything that it stands for.
Like what?
Like a time suck, number one, and fucking misinformation, number two, and we're done. Delete the app. Let's do Facebook while we're at it. Delete. So I'm free.
Do what you want.
Any old time. So I'm gonna have some coffee now. Because I think food and social media go together. It's a mindlessness, it's an addictive, never satisfied, give me more type of a feeling. And that's what processed, sugary, floury foods does for me. It just makes me want more and more and more. And that's what scrolling social media also does. I'm done. I am taking back my life. I have agency. I do not need to sit here and go like this. I mean, what am I even looking for? Okay, I have enough wisdom and I have gathered enough experience to know what it is I want to eat, what exercise I should be doing, and what kind of a life I want to create for myself, not watching what other people have created. The thing I love about cooking is you get to see exactly what goes into the product. And I do think that the love and intention that I bring to the meal comes through the food, and it's part of the nourishment. I feel like it's a real artistic expression. My rules for cooking are pretty simple. Just start with good ingredients. And with vegetables, I just buy a bunch of different stuff and have it in the fridge, and I find that's the best way to get creative and say, hey, what do I want to make with eggs? And you can throw in mushrooms or peppers or onions. And then this kind of a salad, it's kind of whatever you got on hand. Just, I'm going to roast some of the veggies, and then some of the veggies like cucumbers and celery will be fresh. Usually I make my own ghee, but sometimes I buy it, and that's, I think, actually a really good value, because this would take a lot of butter to make this much ghee. And then we just roast this for 20 minutes. I have some experience with addressing addiction, and that is with alcohol. I haven't had a drink of alcohol in almost 18 years. This May will be 18 years. And I do think that there's a lot of similarities between all addictions. Like, why am I drawn to this chemical? What's it doing for me? And I think that, like the alcohol, the food and the scrolling it's a way to escape. It's a way to find connection with other people. It's a numbing out. And I will say I'm prone to numbing out stress. And we've had some challenging times with sellers who are not very forthright and honest. And I think I fall into that pattern of trying to numb out or just anesthetize those difficult times. But I'm in such a good pattern now with eating healthy that I actually don't feel the cravings. My blood sugar is more level and stable. And I actually really enjoy the flavors of all this healthy food. I will say the first 4 days of getting off of flour and sugar and processed food was difficult. I felt cranky and headachy and really tired and fatigued. And
I hardly noticed.
I will say getting off social media had kind of a similar reaction.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
So lucky for Nick, I'm on day 5.
Well, it sounds like you really got it licked.
I don't want to say I have it licked, even though I make some finger licking good food. It's one meal at a time. Quinoa is really great. It's got a lot of protein, low carbohydrates, and it only takes about 20 minutes to make. My secret to really tasty quinoa is to add a teaspoon of bouillon. And if you're vegetarian, they have vegetarian kind. But I add that to the water and bring that to a boil. It has a hyper boil feature and it brings things to a boil really quickly.
Wow, it's already boiling?
I know. So once that's dissolved,
Hyper boil?
hyper boiled. Get that in there and make sure it gets back to a boil to a low setting, like 3, and set your timer. One of our patrons just gave me this when we saw them in the Bahamas. Thank you so much, Becky. This is allulose, which comes from dates and figs. I use apple cider vinegar, a little allulose, and just a whole red onion. And it makes really tasty pickled red onions. So we'll put that on top of the salad along with some pumpkin seeds and avocado. Then we're gonna make a fresh lime juice dressing. I just do a whole lime and then I eyeball how much olive oil, salt and pepper, chili flakes, and you could put a little garlic in there. This is where I just say, hey, you got good ingredients, just experiment and see what you like and keep adjusting as you go. That reminds me, I forgot something for this dish. Come with me. I'm used to putting food in the floor. It's a little odd to me, but this is where we've got our
Wow, that's a pantry.
black beans. Now here's something I have a question for you all. I like to rinse the black beans. I don't like that juice that comes in here, but Nick seems to like it. So what do you guys think? Well, I could meet you halfway and not rinse it. Compromise. I'm smelling something in our oven here, so let's check it out. Oh yeah, I think that looks good. So we'll let that cool. I mean, look at this goodness right here. Look how it's glowing in the golden hour. Is that amazing?
So you've certainly been on a lot of diets. Why do you think it's so hard for it to stick?
I think because, you know, a lot of times it's a social event, holiday, birthday, just celebration, and food is such a big part of that, and wanting to be a part of it and celebrate with people. We're social creatures, and I certainly use that as an excuse. That's one reason. So my rule is kind of stick with the original Mother Nature form of food. Can you tell what this is? What this came out of the ground looking like?
That's definitely corn.
Yeah. So you can choose what what veggies you want to put in here. I don't think you can go wrong.
I can?
You can't go wrong. If you want tomatoes, you can put tomatoes. Little pink in there. That's always fun.
Who doesn't like a little pink?
Who doesn't like a little pink?
Isn't that your favorite color?
Yes. Little avocado. All right, let's see how you like it. You have to be honest to the audience.
How honest can I really be? I mean, you are my wife and all.
Oh, come on.
Really good. I love it. Oh my God. What is that? I think my washboard abs just popped out. That didn't take long at all. Oh, no, that's just a broken rib from when I coughed this morning. Honey, I love that you're so into it.
I know.
I mean, as far as hobbies go, like, there isn't much equipment to buy, and then there's payoff every time you do it.
I know. I have to say that cooking is one of my favorite things about cruising. You have so much time on board because when you're cruising, a day feels like at least a day and a half. And you have time to make a big meal. That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed my someday salad. Are you gonna make it? Tell me in the comments.
Why is it called Someday?
Because someday finally came. I'm not waiting for someday to clean up my act. This is it.
You're having Sunday? Someday today?
Yeah, someday.
Today is Sunday.
Today, this is the this is the someday salad on Tuesday, not Sunday. You could make the someday salad on Sunday. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.